So much was announced over the last couple of days as relates to Sonic CrossWorlds that we are going to have to dive into it. So I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you subscribe because 99% of viewers aren't if you enjoyed the video. That being said, let me know in the comments down below which character you are most excited to play with in CrossWorlds when it officially comes out. Huge shout out to Sonic City as well for this article here. But let's dive in. But first, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that thumbs up once again and subscribe to the channel. And let me know who you're most excited about. All right. The new racing game, Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, features a wide cast of characters from the Sonic series, all racing at top speeds through stages packed with gimmicks. With a confirmed release date of September 25th, 2025, the game is also making waves at Summer Games Fest in LA. We had the chance to get hands-on the game ahead of its release. Built upon feedback from the closed network test held in February, the game has been refined to improve playability. The preview focuses particularly on the customization system that the team had emphasized. We're also including the interview with the developers conducted on the same day. I didn't get a lot of time to play the beta, unfortunately. I was really busy during that window. But I have seen also testimonials that they've improved the sound. They've done various things like, you know, just with the game since then based on the feedback. So that is huge. And that's also reflected here as well. So there's a look at customization. So first I played the Grand Prix mode where you race across 4 courses and compete the best overall ranking. In this mode, rival characters are set for each racer and conversations with them occur between races. This time I chose Sonic, the face of the series, and Shadow appeared as my rival. Right from the start, he taunted me, which definitely fired me up and got me in competitive spirit. By the way, in this game, both characters and machines have assigned types. For example, speed types have high top speed, handling types have great sharp turns, and power types can overpower others in collisions without dropping rings. Sonic is a speed type, of course. Yeah, there's also like he mentioned it there, but the cars as well also have a specific type. So when you're going through the customization, you could choose something that helps you, from my understanding, with your deficiency, but you may be better just doubling down, like speed plus speed, for example, and going with that. All right. So next up here, you compare a character with a machine of the same type to further enhance its strengths, or mix different types to balance things out. It's a tough choice, but in the spirit of high-speed racing, I went with a speed-speed combo. With that setup, I jumped straight into the race. The controls are similar to those of typical action racing games: accelerate, brake, drift, and use items. Anyone who has ever played a game of this genre before will find it easy to pick up right away. Yeah. That's one thing that doesn't really change, and that's not a bad thing, right? That means, like, if you're not good at kart racers and you wanted to practice, you could really pick up any. I'd say probably just pick up, do we say team racing? Transformed. I'll say pick up the Transform game. Even for those completely new to the genre, the controls are simple enough to grasp. After just one lap, I was able to keep up with the lead group, and even as a first-time player, I quickly got the hang of it. Next, I took on the main objective on the play session, which is customization. The game features 2 key customization elements: machine and gadget customization, and using them can dramatically change how your vehicle handles. While the core gameplay controls are simple, the features allow for deep and strategic tuning. In machine customization, you can combo various body and tire parts to tweak performance parameters such as speed, acceleration, handling, power, and boost. Even with the same power type category, you'll find a wide range of parts, from balanced builds with slightly high power to highly specialized power-focused setups. Just exploring different combinations is enough to get immersed. That's pretty dope. That's actually really cool. Yeah, the customization is pretty awesome. It sounds like it anyway. I think that's gonna be really cool. What's this currency system here? Ideally, I would have test-driven each machine to carefully evaluate the performance differences, but for this session, I chose a power-type machine, one that seemed most likely to offer a noticeable difference handling experience compared to the speed type I used earlier. Yeah, he went for the complete opposite. While the core performance remained the same, the game also offers plenty of visual customization options, such as color changes and sticker attachments, to make your machine look even cooler. I took a moment to play around with these as well. You're not just changing colors, even choosing the same black can dramatically alter the appearance depending on the texture, such as metallic, solid, matte, or gloss. You can also fine-tune the colors of individual parts and even customize the horn sounds and the aura colors surrounding your vehicle. These customizations can be purchased using prize money earned from races. In gadget customization, you can equip various kits of gadgets that grant special abilities during races. These range from simply boosting your machine's parameters to increasing the numbers of items you can carry to raising the appearance rate of specific items or increasing the damage of attack type items. Oh, that's really interesting. The wide variety of effects lets you tailor your setup to match your playstyle, making customization both fun and strategic. You can equip up to 6 gadgets, but each one varies in size. The more powerful a gadget is, the more slots it requires. You could equip 6 smaller effect gadgets, taking up 1 slot each, or 2 high performance ones that would take up 3 slots each. It's a tough choice, but to better experience the impact of gadget customization, we went with the latter. So yeah, you see that here, the slots here. These bigger ones are eating more. That's what's happening here. We equipped the extra item kit, which lets you stockpile 3 items and the acceleration item drop rate up. Oh, that's fun. To offset the power type weakness and acceleration as well. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, with these equipped, it was time to jump back into the Grand Prix. Yeah, that's cool. The race begins with Sonic, a speed type character paired with a power type machine. Thanks to the gadget combination, acceleration items kept coming up one after another, eliminating any concerns about sluggishness and allowing the setup to fully compete in speed with speed type machines. On top of that, the power type advantages of winning collisions made it satisfying to plow through rivals and climb the ranks. However, one major drawback of this machine setup was its extremely poor drift performance. See, that's what I was thinking about. I personally may go speed, but then put on stuff to help me with drifting. I may go speed and then acceleration item and something for drifting. Like that. I want to be flying. That's what I want to do. However, one major drawback was that whenever I tried to drift around sharp turns, the vehicle would slip uncontrollably, making it nearly impossible to steer properly. As a result, I often lost ground in corners and had to make up for it on the straights. That said, by the time I finished the first course, I had a good grasp of the machine's quirks. By executing quick, repeated, deep angle drifts in short bursts, I was able to reduce slippage. This technique prevented me from falling behind during turns, allowing for a much more intense and exciting race overall. Okay. Though the series of play sessions, I was able to experience just how fun and flexible the game's customization features are. And at the same time, I also realized that to take the most out of the performance, you need to understand their quirks and develop your own driving techniques to match. While this preview only allowed access to a limited selection of parts, the full version will include even more gadgets and machines. I'm looking forward to testing different combinations, honing my skills, and racing against players around the world. All right, there's also the 12-player battle, each with their own unique customizations, and that is apparently truly impressive as listed here. And then we also have a Q&A bit here as well. Other title characters are going to be showing up. Okay. We'll read some of the Q&A stuff here and go from there. All right. We made the basic driving controls very easy to handle. We've also provided a robust assist function. This means even young children or those playing an action racing game for the first time can enjoy the races fully by enabling the assist. Of course, when you make a game more accessible, you run the risk of making it feel shallow. So the question becomes, how do we add depth? To address that, we focus on enriching the gadget customization system to create more gameplay depth. By setting different gadgets, not only does the feel of the controls change, but the strategy itself also shifts significantly. We want players to find the vehicles and gadgets that suit their style and to refine how they tackle each course and compete against each other. In doing so, I believe we've achieved a balance of being easy to pick up while also having deep gameplay mechanics. Another important aspect is the competitive quality of the game compared to other titles in the same genre. This is something we particularly wanted to highlight. The gadgets essentially allow players to control the game system itself through customization. This is something you can experience solo, but it becomes especially exciting in online races with up to 12 players, where everyone brings their own unique playstyle and strategy into the race. This kind of gameplay experience is something unique to this. Our development team includes staff who worked with the initial D arcade game and have long histories of developing network-based competitive games. When it comes to racing games, we focus on giving players the responsive control to turn and maneuver how they want. We've also honed in on one of the fun of competing directly with others. All of that experience has been poured into this title, so it's not about racing, it's about putting your customized strategy against others, which adds a whole new layer of enjoyment. This game offers a wide range of customization options for machines, characters, and gadgets, which emphasize strategic depth. It is especially important for players to choose the right combinations in advance, and can players overcome disadvantages in customization through their own ability? They said, is it important for players to choose the right combinations in advance? And the answer is the customization features and players' skill are closely intertwined in the game. By investing time in both, players can enjoy the game on a much deeper level. Once players gain some racing experience, they'll start to get a feel for better combinations of vehicle traits, gadgets, and driving styles for them. Eventually, you'll reach a point where you can decide your ideal setup even before the race begins. Once you're on track, you'll develop tactics like initiating drifts earlier in certain corners, tailoring your racing line to the specific course. But once you're racing against other players, the strategies come into play, and things don't always go as planned. This means you'll need to make quick decisions on the fly during races. Those successes and failures build your personal skill. That's the core of this game. There's no such thing as guaranteed win with the perfect customization. You're always encouraged to experiment with new setups and driving methods. The strategic element for customization is certainly a highlight, but this is still an action-focused game where player control matters a lot. I'd say the gadgets serve as a way to expand the core gameplay, not replace it. Also, items actually play a pretty big role between pre-race planning, individual skill, the interplay of 12 racers, and the impact of items. Every match unfolds in unpredictable ways. Strategic planning is important, but so is adaptability. I hope players will enjoy the challenge and excitement that comes from reacting in the moment. So there's everything that we got recently as it pertains to customization in this game, and it seems like that is one of the core mechanics of this game. They are really they emphasize like how they really wanted that to make up for other deficiencies that are in the game, so it didn't feel hollow, things like that. And I think that on the surface, I think this does it's doing a great job. Now obviously we need to get our hands on it, everybody, right, and see how it functions, but this sounds really cool. I think there's a lot of depth to it, at least on paper. And I think that the combinations are truly endless when you pair the different ways that you can make a weapon, or a weapon, excuse me, a gadget, your cart, your character, potentially. I don't know. There was a little bit of a mention of that. And then again, your individual skill level, like all that, like they said, needs to intertwine. And I think that's a really interesting stance to take with this game. But make sure you hit the thumbs up, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And if you want to know more about Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, including what to expect when the game officially releases, then click on the video on the screen right now before you go, and we'll see you over there.